Huh? Very much. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody? I'm seeing some of the faces first time in this class. What's your name? Nitin, yeah? Yes. Nitin, nice to meet you, Nitin. Where are you from, Nitin? Back home? Delhi? Oh, wow. Atul is also from Delhi. We got some students from Delhi as well. I love Delhi. We're going to Delhi next week, inshallah. If you want Punjab first and then Delhi. Huh? You're going after that week? Wow. Why so early? Aren't you giving the PT test? Or maybe you're doing it afterwards, yeah? Okay, all right, Nathan. Welcome to Emdad's PT Nice. Nathan, nice to meet you. Sandeep, nice to meet you, Sandeep. Where are you from, back home? After 6 months, okay. Any specific reason for that, 6 months? Just working, okay, all right. Okay, guys, welcome everyone. Those people who are watching us online, welcome to our grammar session in Emdad's PT grammar, which we do every day 5 to 6 p.m. And there's a Facebook page, Emdad's Grammar, where you can be part of. Or Emdad's PT and IELTS group. There's another Facebook page, Emdad's Grammar. So you can be part of that grammar community where we'll post some links, some regular links, like this class too, live class. Even if you're in a train or somewhere at home or doing not doing something, you can go and open that link and you'll see our live access to our classes 5 to 6 p.m. And we try to cover try to learn more about English language that could be helpful for our Pearson's test or IELTS or you name it, any testing system. So we don't go through all the rules because grammar is very boring. Because if we do everything in this 1 hour, I'll be the last person sitting in this class. Everybody will be leaving. So we don't cover everything in this class. We just try to cover some. We just pick and choose some grammar rules where we can talk about and rather learn more about one. It's better to learn about one rule with different angles, with different explanations, with different perspectives, with easier examples, with real life examples, rather than doing 20 grammar rules with academic examples where you don't learn anything at the end of the day. Okay, so last week, basically on Friday, we finished with some important grammar rules, and today we're going to start going through and we'll discuss some grammar rules here. So let's see if other branches are connected. Yeah, we have all people connected here. Looks okay. Bejo, hello. Okay, let's start our grammar class with the first sentence, and it's going to be a blank, like a quiz blank. Yeah, so you just have to fill in the blanks. I'm going to write it here. Is it visible? Let me zoom it in a little bit more. Yeah, looks okay. So let's start with this class. Let's start this class with the quiz, and let's write it. Okay, let's read this. What does this sentence say? It was not dash recently that an expert devised a plan. Do you know this word devised? This is a verb. Devised devised a plan, devised a theory, devised a strategy, devised an equipment, yeah. So devised ka matlab hai created, invented, something invented, that's called devised. This is some nouns are act as verb too. Noun, how do you know whether something is noun or not? How do you know this? What is a simple strategy of knowing whether something is noun or not? Who can tell me? Give me an easier definition. So this was the sentence here. It was not dash recently that an expert devised a plan. Now tell me, what is a noun, Gurmeet?
No, anything we can see, we can feel.
Wow, look at that. क्या spot on definition दिया. आते तुमने क्या खाया आज? Well done. हाँ?
Definition आती है, नंबर नहीं आ रहे वैसे.
Okay, all right. क्लास नहीं लगाता ना, अपॉइंटमेंट लेके चले जाते हो. Noun is, हमने बचपन में सीखा था, noun is the name of a person, place or a thing. This definition is useless. It doesn't help us anymore. So noun is anything that you can see. Anything that you see is a noun. What is this? Noun or a verb? Noun or a word? Tissue to hai. Noun or a word?
No.
Noun, of course. Yeah. What is this behind me? This whiteboard.
Yes, no.
This is a noun. Yeah. What is the passion that is within me? Can you see it now?
Feel it.
You can see. You can't see it. You can feel it. Those are called abstract nouns. Yeah? So although you don't have to go in tiny definitions of these things, but anything that you see, anything that you feel is a noun. That's a simple definition of noun. So your spectacles is a noun, train is a noun, traffic is a noun. So anything that you can see, anything that you feel is a noun. But exam mein, it's a little hard, a little tricky for you guys to understand. Yeah, the emotions that you can, for example, hatred, love, affection, yeah, so energy, so anything that you feel is noun. You call them abstract noun, you know, although you can't see them, but they are there. So noun, anything that you can see. But exam mein, to know what is, whether something is noun or not, what do? You use a box rule, simply a box rule. Box rule kya hai? We've talked about this. Noun, whether something is noun or not, you just need to put my, our, his, her, their, and then blank. And then to see whether this word is a noun or not, you just need to place that in that particular blank. आगे क्या तीन words मैंने बोल दिया use करना है? My, our, their, his, her, dash. Let's check. My achieve. Does it make sense?
My achievement.
My achievement. Achievement is a noun. Is it clear? How about this? My receive. Does it make sense? It's not a noun. Yeah. How about address? Noun or verb? Batao Somesh? Of course noun. How do you know it? My address, our address, his address, her address, their address. So for PT, when you have to check in the reading section whether something is noun or not, what do? You put these four words beforehand. What are these four words? My, our, his, her, their, and then the blank. So hotel, noun or verb? Batao, Jeet. Hotel. Noun. Yeah. Service. Service. Noun or verb? Of course, a noun. Our service. When people in hotels say our service, we have got the best customer service. Our service is too great. Yeah, too good. So service. Now there are certain words which act as both verb as well as noun. Yeah, just say one common mistake that we know about verbs in nouns is practice and practice. This is one word, but it can act as both verb as well as noun. Just say, for example, yeah, very good, that too. So when you say practice, let's practice football. Yahan pe you're using an action, aren't you? You're talking about an action. So here you're using it as a verb. Yeah, let's practice football. Let's go for football practice. Let's go for my football practice is scheduled at 5 p.m. Our football practice, our practice, yeah, his practice, her practice. Yahan pe practice is acting as a noun. Similarly, device. Device is a noun as well as verb. So, for example, when you say probe, no, probe. How many of you know the meaning of this word probe? P-R-O-B-E, probe. Can you tell me what is the meaning? Not probably. Probe. P-R-O-B-E, B-E, probe. Probe means an instrument. Probe means a tool or an instrument. Mostly surgeons use. Whenever they have to do like this surgery, they inject or they introduce probes in the flesh. Yeah, so it's like needle, long needle. So you call them probes, like tools or instruments. But if you can say something like, you can say doctors used instruments to probe into the human body. You know what it means to probe? To inspect, to observe. अब यहाँ पे probe क्या है? It's not instrument. यहाँ पे probe means it's a verb. It means observe. Is it clear? My probe, my instrument. Yeah. The device probes into something. यहाँ पे probe क्या है? Inspects into something. Probe यहाँ पे क्या है? Verb. So there are words which are used as verb as well as noun. So nothing wrong with this part. So this here यहाँ पे क्या use हो रहा है? It was not dash recently that an expert devised a plan. Tell me what is the answer here. It was not just recently. It was not only recently. It was not unless recently or until. Until. How many of you chose until here? Thank you. What about others? You know, this is something that I want you guys to learn too, along with this. I deliberately put two options which are just interchangeable.
Yes.
What are those two options which are interchangeable here? Unless and until. Well done. Those two options can never be interchangeable. Yes. Yes. Can never be interchangeable. Just and only are interchangeable. Just say, for example, it only cost me $5. It only cost me $5. Now बोल के it just cost me. तुम थोड़ी देर चुप बैठो, right? तुम मेरा बेड़ा गर्क कर दो ग्रामर का. It just cost me $5. Yeah, it only cost me $5. Yeah, it's just not possible. Yeah. अब यहाँ पे only cannot be. You can't say it is only not possible. But most of the cases, only and just is interchangeable. Just say, for example, he just needed 5 marks to pass. Now बोल के he only needed 5 marks to pass. So what I'm trying to make my point here is that whenever you have two options which are both doing the same job, both cannot be the answers for the same blank. Now who can tell me the difference between band karo phone? Who can tell me the difference between unless and until?
Until, unless.
Can you a little louder, please? So, बताओ.
So unless we cannot use unless because it's already negative.
देखो, unless what you said is unless is a word use हम कर रहे हैं. It is used for condition. It is used for condition. Yeah. So just say for example, when you say something like this, I'm not going for a walk unless it rains. Suppose you like walking in the rain. So I'm not going for the walk unless it rains. हिंदी में क्या हुआ? Sorry to use a little Hindi here. जब तक बारिश नहीं पड़ेगी तब तक मैं walk में नहीं जाऊंगा. Aren't you talking about a condition here?
Yes.
So unless is used in conditional statements. So when you talk about a particular condition, yeah. So I'm not going to marry you unless you score. Is it clear?
Yes.
So or something like this. I'm not going to get a job unless I score. Yeah. Unless I get PR or something like this. Yeah. So I'm not going to know the reality of life unless I get married. See my point? So something like this. Okay, are you single or married? Oh, that's why. Yeah, he felt it. Okay, so unless is a condition. Now, is there any condition we're talking about here? It was not. The answer is until here. Why until? Because until talks about a particular time. Until is used for a timeline, not a condition. Until is used for a timeline, not a condition. So यहाँ पे नहीं बोल सकते it was not unless recently. Recently क्या है? Aren't we talking about a timeline here? We're talking about a timeline here. So until मतलब क्या हुआ? It was not until recently that an expert devised a plan. Now my question to you: did you understand this one? हाँ ना कुछ तो बोलो क्या समझना?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me. My question to you guys: if you have understood this statement, tell me. Did it happen recently or did it happen before recently?
Recently.
It was not until recently that, let's make it a little bit easier so that you can understand what my question is basically. My question is this. It was not until recently that I got my scores. Now tell me, did I get my scores recently or did I get my scores way back in the past? Tell me. Huh? How many think I got my scores recently? Nitin, yeah? Nitin, what do you think? Way back in the past? What is your answer? I forgot your name. Sandeep, batao mujhe. Did I get my scores recently, or did I get my scores way back before in the past? In the past? It was not until recently that I got my scores. Do you know what it means? It means I couldn't get my scores in the past, but I got them recently. Is it clear? For example, let me make this simple example for you guys so that you understand. It was not until suppose it was not until 2018. Let's make it very easy this way. It was not until 2018 that the government made PR tougher. That means the activity started in 2018. Is it clear? They started to make it they started to make it tougher in 2018. Before that, it wasn't tough at all. Yeah. It was not until it was not until it was not until it was not until 2015 that I joined the gym. When did I join the gym? In 2015 or before? 2015. I started in 2015. That's why you don't understand this thing. That's why you don't understand this particular rule. It was not until I turned 18 that I went to Australia. That means I went to Australia when I was 18 years old. Yeah. It was not until 2010 that I learned English properly. That means I learned English properly in 2010. Is it clear? Do you know when this phrase is used? Not until recently, not until a particular timeline, not until February, not until I turned 18, a particular timeline. So that means the activity happened in that time. Is it clear? The answer kya aayega? Until. So it was not until recently that I got my scores. I couldn't score in the past. I got my scores recently. Is it clear? Okay. Let's come to next grammar. Did you understand this one, guys? Yeah. So let's remove all other options, or let's bold it. The answer is until. Okay. Next one, guys. Let me type this sentence here. Now, this question, let me ask this to a particular student rather than making it vocal for entire class. Jeet, this one is for you. Since aap hamare mehman ho, you've come after a while, and you're going to score soon anyway. All of you guys are going to score soon. Some people will be thinking, why she? Why not us? Don't worry, all of you guys are warriors. As long as you keep coming to the classes, you should be okay. Now tell me, this sentence is, yeah, something like this. Yeah, Somesh, let's use your example. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let me give you some background. Let me give you some background context for this particular sentence. Otherwise, you can put anything you like here. Now, the background context before this sentence is when I say that Somesh's company will soon take dash. Now, the idea is very simple. Suppose he has opened a new business. Yeah, what is your field, Somesh? What do you? IT. Suppose he has owned, he owns a new this IT company, and he's got 4 or 5 people working. I'm working under him, and Gurmeet is also working under him. Yeah, so he's a very terrible boss. Yeah, but his company is doing well. His company is doing well. So we are 100% sure that by the end of next year, yeah, his company will succeed. His company will succeed. Tell me, what is the answer here? Takeover. Takeover. What do you mean by takeover? बताओ तुमने takeover जो तुमने collocation use किया यहाँ. Takeover is a comparison, and you need an opponent here. Yeah, when you say A took over full stop, you have to mention the opponent too. A took over B. Just say, for example, आजकल iPhone is not doing well, you know, so we can say Samsung will soon Take over. I can't put full stop. The Samsung soon will take over. Something here. Who is it going to take over? Yeah, Apple or something like this. Yeah. यहाँ पे we're not comparing. We're not comparing between A and B. There's no comparison here. I'm just mentioning simply that Somesh's company will succeed. Tell me, what is the answer here? Will take success. Will soon take success. दिमाग ठीक है क्या कह रहे हैं? Will soon take success. Yeah, this is purely based on collocation. The answer is this, guys. You guys will be like, when I tell you the answer, trust me, you'll be, huh? Ye tha. Do you know what it means? Take off? Nah, not this. That's of course a takeoff, but this here means something that you improve exceptionally well, you do exceptionally well, you become successful in a short period of time. That's called takeoff. And this is mostly used in management world. So whenever you see something like this in your reading blanks in your exam, so you know the meaning for takeoff does not literally mean take off. It means to do well or to succeed. So let's write it here. To prosper. Yeah. Prosper or succeed. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, guys. Did you understand this one? So, kaise bolenge? Due to the Modi's government, India will soon take off. Don't ask me, sir, where will it land then? Yeah. So, यहाँ पे क्या मतलब है? Take off money, it will really do well. You know, at least we can give these examples. What else can we do? 5 साल अच्छे examples. हमें 5 साल लगातार मोदी के बारे में bad. It's not good. You know? So at least let's expect something good out of it, which we know is never going to happen anyway. Take on, yeah. Opposite कैसे होगा take? So there are certain collocations. No collocations. Naveen is new, so for those people who don't know, collocations are those words or a group of words that naturally come together. Just say, for example, when you say as dash as, but what is the answer? As soon as dash, as soon as possible. You know, it's a collocation. Yeah. So as soon as is a collocation. How about this? When you say, can you put dash your jacket? Can you put on? Put on is a collocation. So those words that naturally come together is a collocation. So this rule was based on collocation. Come to number 3, guys. Okay, let's change the camera angle here, maybe. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Tell me, guys, can you read this sentence, guys, everyone? Keshav, can you give it a quick read? Okay, tell me what is the answer here, guys. How many of you think the answer is first one? A, determine, singular. Thank you. How many of you think the answer is B, determines, with plural? Determines, yes. No one? Now, let's make it a little bit more simpler sentence so that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. For example, tell me, what is the answer for B? How कहाँ है? Who they are is unknown, or who they are, हिंदी में क्या हुआ? वो कौन है? पता नहीं चल रहा. Who they are is unknown, or who they are unknown? Who they are is unknown. How do you know it's is unknown? Because it sounds good, yeah? Remember the rule for this one. So whenever you have got any WH at the beginning, yeah, WH word at the beginning, yeah, जैसे those WH words सर हमेशा हमें याद कराते हैं क्लास में भी. So what? Wow, look at that. Who is here? Ketan, how are you? Yeah. Take a seat. We're just doing grammar. Yeah, we'll continue. Yeah, later on. Okay. Now tell me, guys, very quickly. बताओ मुझे. So whenever we have those WH words at the beginning, जैसे सर बताते हैं, yeah. What, when, where, why, how, whom, who, which, whose. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I got it right. Yeah. So what, when, where, why, how, whom, who, which, whose. So whenever you have those WH words at the beginning, and if you have a noun phrase after this, if you have a noun phrase क्या हुआ? Noun phrase is something like this. What के बाद क्या है यहाँ पे? They do in the classrooms. This is a noun phrase. So WH is immediately followed by a noun phrase, isn't it? So who, and then I've got they are. This is a noun phrase. So WH is immediately be followed by a noun phrase. So whenever WH is immediately followed by a noun phrase, the verb that will immediately come after the noun phrase will be a singular verb. Will be a singular verb. So बताओ मुझे answer क्या आएगा? Have or has? Has a singular, isn't it? So how about this? How they spend the time has amazed everyone. How they spend the time have amazed everyone. Has amazed everyone. Why has? Because that's the rule. So whenever you have WH at the beginning and it is immediately followed by a noun phrase, the verb that will come after that will be a singular verb. Is it clear? So is आएगा, आएगा बोलो. Is. Was आएगा, were आएगा. Was. Has आएगा, have आएगा. Has. Make आएगा, makes आएगा. Makes is used. Makes is a single. Although it sounds it's plural in the end. How is it singular? Nah. Makes is used for a singular subject. Is it clear? So he makes or he make? He makes. So makes is used for it acts as a single. It's used for singular verb. Is it clear? So take or takes. Takes. He takes. Yeah. How about this? Play or plays? Plays. Yeah. So could be anything. So something that, let me give you one more example, starting with how, yeah? How people get their PR, yeah? How people get their PR. Surprise or surprises everyone? How people get their PR surprises everyone. Is it clear? Don't think that, oh, it's a plural word, but it's a singular verb. It's used, makes, surprises, plays, helps, watches, gains, it is all used with a singular verb. Is it clear, guys? That's the rule. Can you copy both the examples, everyone, on your notebook? Everyone, please copy both these examples on your notebook now. How simple grammar rules are we discussing today? And I am really loving it. मुझे पता है बहुत सारे students, they get it right. What else can I say for script branch? Tell me, guys. They will meet dash next Monday. What is the answer here? How many of you think the answer is on? Only 2 people, 3 people. Okay. How many of you think the answer is in? And how many of you think the answer is over? Now, what about others? What are you guys thinking? So if 2 people are thinking on, what about other people? How many of you think on? Keshav? Okay, all right. So what about you, Gurpreet? Not on. Yeah, so something like this. From the Punjab, so you're not even from South India. Yeah. Or you're from Jammu Kashmir. Oh, okay. All right. The right answer is this. Is it clear? So whenever you have, I read the sentence. What does it say? They will meet next Monday. No preposition required. You see my point? How do you know this? How do I know this? Now, how do we learn language? We learn language the way natives speak and the natives use it. What is the rule? Now, I'll come back to this rule and I'll tell you what is the rule here. So, how about this? They met last, bolo, last century. Century. They met क्या सोच रहे हो तुम? They met last Saturday. Whenever you have next or last in a sentence, whenever you have next or last in a sentence, no preposition required. How easy is this? बात खत्म इधर इसके अलावा और ज़्यादा बात करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है इस rule पे. So whenever you have next or last in a sentence, you never use preposition. You never use preposition. So कैसे होगा? They met on last Saturday or they met last Saturday. Yeah, they met on last weekend or they met last weekend. We will meet next weekend or we will meet on next weekend. Oh, तुम washroom में थे इसलिए. We will meet next weekend. Is it clear? So something. So whenever you have next, that's what the rule was, Ankit, because you were in washroom. Next and last, whenever you have them in the sentence, you never use any preposition. You never use any preposition. So never ever make a mistake. This is a common desi mistake, guys. Next one, number 5. How many of you can cook food here? Okay, all right. You can't cook, Ravi? How many of you can't cook food? Oh, you know, when you come to Australia, anyway, you know, what else can you do? You have to cook anyway. Survival cooking at least, you know. Yeah, I can boil water. You know, I'm expert at boiling. I'm an expert at boiling water. Okay. Now let's come to this guy. This particular grammar. Now I'm going to write a sentence here. How many of you can cook biryani? Yeah. Yeah, really? Oh wow! Look at that. We have a chef here. So yeah, let's give this example related to biryani. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Can you solve both the blanks? And tell me what is this A, what is this blank A, and what is this blank B? The desire? The desire for biryani. Okay, how many think it is for? First one, the desire for biryani. Oh, you're the only one, unfortunately. B. What do you think about B? Desire to eat. Am I not using the same word? Desire. Why are you changing it? It's the same word. This is the only word in English dictionary that has got different collocations, you know. Desire. What can you see after desire? The rule is very simple. What can you see after desire? Is it a noun or a verb? Batao mujhe, Naveen, right? Nitin, sorry, Nitin, batao mujhe. Is it a noun or a verb? It's a noun, of course. My biryani, our biryani, their biryani. So this is a noun. And what can you see here? Can you say my eat? Oh, my eat is so lovely. How about your eat? Doesn't make sense. This is verb, yeah? So it is a verb. So whenever desire comes with noun, whenever this word desire comes with noun, you use for. Is it clear? So kaise hoga? The desire for biryani, the desire for PT, the desire for permanent residency, the desire for citizenship, the desire for hum dunyavi baatein kyun kar rahe? Let's talk about something else. The desire for wealth. Yeah. So the desire for cars, yeah, it could be anything, any nouns that you can put. The desire for anything, yeah. So the desire for now, tell me, it could be verbal nouns too. No verbal nouns, gerunds, verbal nouns. When you put ing after a verb, it becomes a noun. Just say play is a verb. When you put a मैं इधर, look at me. जाने वाला तो जाएगा, आने वाला कौन रोक सकता है? Look at me. How about this? Play or playing? Play is a verb. Playing becomes a gerund, like a verbal noun. Playing is my hobby. Yeah. So this is like a verbal noun. Yeah. So even if it is a verbal noun, क्या होगा? The desire to learn, or the desire for learn or desire for learning? The desire for learning. Why? Learning is a verbal noun. The desire for playing, the desire for swimming, the desire for traveling. Yeah. So this is what? This is a verbal noun. You know those nouns which end with ing. Painting. Painting is a verbal noun. I like painting. My painting, your painting, his painting, her painting. Painting is a noun, verbal noun. So kaise hoga? The desire for paintings. Is it clear? But when desire comes with a verb, when it comes with a verb, kya hoga? For na bol ke kya hoga? Desire to. Is it clear? Because it is ending with a verb. Is it clear? So structure kaise grammarians ne prefer kiya? How do we as teachers know this or memorize this? Desire to do something kya hai? Do something is a verb. So desire to do something or desire for something. So let's write the structure here, guys. Very easy. So desire for something, where something is your noun. So let's put it here. Something. Oops. Yeah, something is your noun, and then yes, yoga desire. Bolo. Desire to do something. Now, let me ask this question to someone. Yeah. So verb. The desire to engage in talks or the desire for engage in talks? Batao Gurmeet. The desire to engage in talks or the desire for engage in talks? The desire to engage in talks. Yeah. Is it clear? How about this? The desire to drinking or the desire for drinking? The desire for drinking. No, I'm talking about water, not the drinking that you have in your mind. You know, this is. You know, there's another name for this water. H2O to hey, well, that's a chemical formula. You know, this water is there's a name that people who come from literary background, they've given a beautiful name for water. It's called Adam's wine. Adam. Have you heard of Adam? The first man on earth. That's what they say. Yeah. So Adam's wine. Yeah. So that's water. Another name of water. How many of you didn't know this? But now you know it anyway. All right, guys. So come to the next one, guys. This one is done. So let's write next one, number 6. Four, because it's a verbal noun. It's a verbal noun, isn't it? Just a painting, bola. Painting, driving. You like driving so much. So the strong desire for driving. Yeah? The strong desire for driving. Yeah? Car, jo bhi hoga. Number 6, guys. How about this? Tell me, what is the answer here? Simple rules I'm talking about today. Tell me what is the answer here. He got permission. How many of you think the answer is got? Pehle to. 2 people. How many of you think the answer is took? How many think both? Well done. But those who have chosen took as the answer, you guys are wrong. For those people who have chosen both as the answer, you guys are more wrong. It can never be both. How would it be both? Guys, took permission. You know, they may kal bhi baat kar raha tha iske upar. You know, the problem with us, the people who come from subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the problem with us is that we literally transform our sentence in our language and convert it into English as it is. Exactly as it is. जैसे last time मैंने कहा था, जैसे हम हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? How do we say in Hindi? इसके पीछे ये कारण है. पीछे. What is पीछे? Pीछे is behind. And how do we translate it in English? Oh, the reason behind, which is wrong. You know the collocation now, yeah? So how do we say reason? For. We never say behind, yeah? Which is wrong. Although it sounds good because we have been taught this way. Our teachers in our schools have taught us this way. The reason behind your failure. What was the reason behind your failure in English? If you were, smart enough, you could have said you know. So, but because when the teacher said, what is the reason behind the failure? Yeah. In English. So, na bol ke, so reason for. Similarly, हम कैसे बोलते हैं? क्या तुमने permission लिया? Took. In English, yeah, which is wrong. So we never say took in English. Is it clear? So 100% wrong. So permission ke saath we use the following words. Yeah, can you write all of them down, please, everyone? Right, obtain. Everyone, write it down. obtain, likho. Write it down and likho. Obtain, yeah, obtain, got or get or has. Obtain, get or got or has or have. Could be anything, has or have. Yeah. Depending upon the subject. आज मैं पता कर लूंगा. Okay. So कैसे होगा? Will you ever say he took permission? क्या बोलोगे? He got permission. If somebody else has given him the permission. Yeah. He has permission. If somebody else has given him the permission. But he obtained permission. Took na bol ke he obtained permission. Is it clear? They obtained permission. Never ever use take with permission. So to put take with permission is 100% wrong. They guaranteed. No. Granted, yeah, of course, grant too. Grant permission. Yeah. So let's use it here too. Grant permission. Okay. Number 7, guys. Let me ask this to one particular student at the back. Dipesh, yeah? Dipesh, okay. Dipesh, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Dipesh, this sentence is for you, yeah? Just read it in your head and tell me what do you think about this sentence. Let's actually put it at the... Shh, quiet everyone. Pay attention. Dipesh, a very simple sentence. Tell me, find a mistake here. I can hear? Why did you remove what was wrong with her? Don't you think he will be upset? We cannot? Wow, look at that. Look at this guy, he's smart, yeah? Noise is uncountable. Now, so when you say, you can either say some noise, yeah? Some noise, or you can say a piece of noise. Kabhi bhi nahi bol. How would you say a piece of noise? Oh, this is say a piece of news, yeah? But news aajkal noisy hai. Yeah. So you can say a piece of news or a piece of good news, or I have to change it. I have to change the screen there and then so other people. Oh yeah, so it's there already. So a piece of news, but you can't say a piece of noise. Oh, I like this piece of noise. So if somebody plays a piano in front of you, yeah, you say, wow, I like this piece of noise, yeah. If you say something like this, piece of noise, yeah, he's going to be angry. Let's remove this yeah, because noise is uncountable, and uncountables ke saath we never use Is it clear? Or and. So let's remove it. Can we say a water? No. A money? No. I have a money. You have 2 monies. I have 5 monies. Money is uncountable. Of course, penny is something like this, which you can count. So removed, yeah. Dipesh, well done. Thank you. Pick a mistake. Khatam nahi hua. Pick a mistake. It's still full of mistake. Tell me, what is a mistake here? But why can't I say I can hear noise rather than saying some noise? Look at that, TJ, pass it. Yes. This loud noise loud zaruri kam bhi ho sakta hai, you know? It could be melodious as well. It could be a simple statement that could be noise to you as well. When your wife says, Janu, buy me a gift, that's noise to your ears, isn't it? So although it's not noise, but it is noise in double commas. Tell me, Dipen, I couldn't tell anyone. Can you find a mistake here? Tell me, what is the mistake here? Can kab use karte hain? When you say I can swim, what do you mean by this? Can kab use karte hain?
When exactly you can actually listening to that one means there is a possibility.
Yeah, possibility, capability. When you use can, when you say, oh, I can run 5 kilometers without sweating, and this is something, your potential, your capability. Yeah, I can score in PT in first 3 attempts. First 2 attempts. Yeah. So something like this, yeah. So when you say I can sit in flight for 12 hours without watching any movie. Air India mein Air India mein shukr pe bhi television hai. I went to India last time in the flight was Air Asia. Sorry to say Yeah, but anyway, what can you do? So the flight, sir and me, were in AirAsia, but sir told me beforehand. At least I'm thankful to sir that sir told me it's like 7 hours up until Kuala Lumpur, and then again another 6-7 hours to India. And then the flight, to my surprise, had no televisions. So no televisions at the back of the seat. Yeah, imagine the dard there. So sir told me already, have an iPad with you and download some Netflix movies already beforehand. I was thinking to myself all the time, why do I have to do it? But then when I sat in front of and then you have to purchase blankets in the flight. They're not free in AirAsia. You have to purchase it. Yeah, but when we this was to our surprise, and then I felt so uncomfortable when I opened that iPad and I was watching the movie. Do you know, when I looked back, it was not just me watching the movie from my iPad. It was like 15, 20 customers watching the movie that I was watching on my 50, 20 passengers watching the same movie I was watching on my iPad. Imagine, I'm a movie dekh raha hu and I'm looking like this. If any ulta sida shot comes, I can you see my point? So something like this. So what can you do? I mean, these people. Now, can is a possibility. Did you understand this one? So here, do you know here is something that you don't actually need capability. So for example, bahar abhi ek big noise. Did you actually have, was it your potential, your capability? You had special power that you can do it, others can't do it. You heard the noise. I can hear do you know, sir? I can hear the noise. Mane, we are all deaf. Wow, you have got a full potential of hearing the noise. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So the answer should not be here. Yahan pe the answer should be listen to. Yeah, so listen comes with two. I can listen to the noise. Yeah, I can listen to noise, or I can listen to the noise. Listen, that's what my grammar rule was here today. The difference between listen and hear. Hear is something that automatically happens. You don't have to actually show some potential. You don't have to have a capability to do it. But listen means when you when you intend, when there is intention. So yeah, this is the recall. Let's write it here. So here is unintentional. Here unintentional. You didn't plan. I'm bored tonight. Let me hear something through the wall. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. So listen is intentional. Yeah. Is it clear? So something like this. Just say, for example, there's a baby who's crying, yeah, in his cradle. So aap kya karte ho? So maybe you were working on a laptop, and all of a sudden, the moment he started crying, oh, you don't know what it is. You're saying, oh, I hear a noise. I hear a not I can. I hear a noise. Yeah. Let me listen to it. Now, when let me listen to it means second time it is intentional. You want to pay attention. First time it was unintentional. Is it clear, guys? Did you understand this one? So the difference between hear and listen. Listen is intentional. Hear is unintentional. So you will not say I can hear a noise. I hear a noise. But of course you can say I can listen to. Yeah. I can listen to rap songs. It depends on the situation. I can listen to rap songs which is 50 times faster. It is like your potential. It is your capability. Not other people can do it. Of course you can use it with listen when you're talking about ability. Yeah, Batao?
I can hear a noise.
I can hear noise, not hear a noise. I can hear noise. So a noise nahi aayega. Yeah, it's wrong. So we never say sorry, my bad. We never say a noise. Just simple an advice. An advice is wrong. Let me give you an advice. And they see people say, let me give you an advice. Should be wrong. Let me give you some advice, or let me give you advice, or let me give you a piece of good advice. Yeah? Because advice is uncountable. You can't count. You can't say advices. You can't say advices. Yeah? You can't say an advice, which is wrong. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, never make a mistake with this one, guys. All right, let's come to the last one, guys. Yeah, oh, sorry.
Tell me, what do you think about this sentence? Oh, let me start with a capital letter here. Sorry, guys. Which one of you do you think is right and which one is wrong? Tell me. Both of them are right? How many think both of them are right? Ankit, what makes you think both of them are right? Who called you means somebody? Somebody called me. And what about the second one? The second one means you called to someone, yeah? So what Ankit is saying, pay attention everyone. What Ankit is saying that who called you means here, let me put it here. So here, who called you? Ankit is saying, sir, here you're not doing the activity, someone else is doing the activity. Is it clear? So someone else is calling. So somebody is calling, yeah? Yeah. And what are you talking? What do you have to say about the second one? Who did you call? Who is calling? I am calling, yeah? So when I say something like this, yeah? So the subject is me. I am calling, yeah? So A may, somebody is calling. Second may, I am calling. So what am I starting my sentence in second? Who, isn't it? Yeah? Now, you tell me, when you say something like this, a sentence that begins with WHO, who, yeah? Who is used as a subject? Who is used as a subject? Who are you? Who is he? Who are they? Yeah? Who is used as a subject? But you tell me here, when who is used as a subject, yeah? Which is subject yahan pe. Now, is who yahan pe the subject in sentence number 2? Is who is someone else doing the activity? Who? You know, it's like someone who you don't know. But of course, someone else is calling you. You're not calling someone. But is this who as a subject here? The subject is what? Who's doing this activity? Tell me. Who's doing this activity? You. So who is not the subject here? The subject is you. I'm the subject. Who did you call? Tumne kisko call kiya? The subject is you. Is it clear? So when subject is you, how can you start the sentence with who? That's what grammarians use. So the sentence should be like this. Whom did you call? Is it clear? Whom did you call? Whom subject. Who? Oh, sorry. Who subject. Whom object. Is it clear? You see my point? So when you say something like this, when you say who is this company? Who is this new company? Who kya yahan pe? Subject. Yeah. I don't know whom you are talking to. Whom you are talking to? Who is the subject? You are talking to object, to some object. And what is that object? Whom. Is it clear? See my point? But that's what you need to also learn. Who left this? Can you turn that? Guys, pay attention, everyone. But that's what you need to learn here too. Although who is the subject, and pay attention, everyone. Look at me. Although who is the subject and whom is the object. But whom nowadays in modern English is always preferred in the middle of the sentence before a preposition. Before a preposition. Is it clear? So before a preposition. Just say, for example, when you say something like this, to whom it may concern or to whom it may concern? To whom it may concern. Is it clear? No who. To whom. Before, after a preposition. Is it clear? So pehle preposition and baad mein whom. Is it clear? Nowadays, whom is used always in the middle. I saw some students, yeah. So I saw some students, comma, whom I needed to address. Whom? To whom I needed to address. Is it clear? So whom is in modern English used always in the middle. Although you know the difference now. Whom is object and who is the subject. Is it clear? But nowadays you can replace both who and whom with who. Is it clear? I have to tell this thing too. So whom and who can both be replaced with who. Is it clear? In modern English. So maybe in your reading blanks they didn't give you who, but they gave you whom. So you will check, okay, this is an object, I have to put whom. But if they give you who, it can act as both subject as well as object. So modern English mein, even if you remove this and have something like this, the sentence is still right. Is it clear? You see my point? So, who did you call? Although you are the subject here, who is not the subject? But modern English, mein, they don't use whom anymore. Like shall, you know, shall. We don't use shall anymore. We always use will. The shall is like outdated English. That's in the similar way. In the same way, we don't use whom at the beginning of the sentence anymore. Is it clear? It always comes in the middle of the sentence. Just say, for example, when you say something like this. I saw some students outside, yeah, some of whom are playing, not some of who are playing. यहाँ पे whom is in the middle, you can't use who. You can't use who here. Whom will come in the middle, always in the middle, because it's an object. Is it clear? You can't say some of who are playing, some of whom are playing. Yeah, is it clear? There are a lot of students in this class, some of whom are attentive, not some of who are attentive, some of whom are attentive. Is it clear? Did you understand this one? But you cannot start with whom. Of course, if you start with, it's like, it's okay, but it's like an old English. So modern English, you can use whom as both, sorry, you can use who as both subject and as an object at the beginning of the sentence. Is it clear, guys? Whew, although it's like a little tricky to make you understand this one, but did you understand this one though? Yeah? All right, guys. They prefer old, outdated English sometimes. British people, you know, they use proper English. They say indeed. Nobody uses indeed. Would you like a cup of coffee? Yes. Yes, na bol ke Britishers say yes indeed. So who says yes indeed nowadays? But of course, say, you know, yes indeed सुन कैसा लगता है कोई बुड्ढा कोट लगा के बैठा है, specs with spectacles. Yes indeed, I'd like a cup of coffee. Yes, so something like this. All right, that's it for today's grammar session. Thank you. Other people who were connected with us, other branches, can you please disconnect and continue with the PT session, continue with the dictations. And when sir comes, we'll let you know in the team if you have to connect. And those people who are watching this class online, thank you so much for being with us. Just don't miss classes. Although if you miss these classes, you can still recover those classes in Emdad's Grammar Facebook page. Emdad's Grammar, there's a Facebook page, Emdad's Grammar. You can go there on Facebook page, Emdad's Grammar, and you will see the same class in that particular page. Thank you so much, guys. Let's come to our PT session. How many of you? कितनों के पास आज का integrated material नहीं है? How many of you don't have today's integrated?